Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 25 of the Gilded City to the Lost Kingdom. We're 25 episodes into our second campaign.
Woo!
It's hard to believe. All of the characters are at level 13 as well, which is insane. I'm learning how to run high-level D&D every day. But if you are enjoying the campaign so far, don't forget to let us know by leaving us a like, leaving us a comment, subscribing to the YouTube channel, follow the podcast, leave us a rating, tell your friends, tell your family, tell that guy down the street. Or not, or don't do that. Do whatever you want. And we're gonna keep having fun.
Wait, Ben, are we on? Wait, is it plural?
Threads.
Are we on threads? Is it singular?
We're not on threads yet. Hey, folks, let us know. Should we switch from Twitter to threads? And with that, let me plug our social media. We are at Rollers Guild DND on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, and maybe on threads at some point. We'll see. Rome did not fall in a day, and neither has Twitter, but it is declining in quality. As somebody who's been on Twitter since 2013, it's
I like to think that
getting bad.
I like to think you have single-handedly manifested this by just saying, "I don't know, guys. Twitter might not be around by the time."
Twitter might not be around. Who knows?
It feels like 6 years.
It's actually Mark Zuckerberg who recently rewatched all of our season 1. He's like, you know what? I gotta do that something for them.
Yeah, I've had my Twitter for over a decade now, and this is the worst it's been in that entire time. But anyway, we're still there for now. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive on in to what is sure to be a chaotic episode. Content warning. Ravenloft as a setting can feature disturbing themes and ideas, and while it is never going to be our intention to upset anyone, it is worth noting. Specific tags can be found in the description of this episode. Last time, the party fought against the Dark Lord of the... Oh, this is the wrong last time.
Oh,
Keep it in. Still rolling.
And Tandem successfully completed their task I sold and rescued the detectives from Mother Lorinda, though not without opening the way for the malicious Fae folk of Tempest to attack the village of Victol. After reuniting with the carnival and watching Isolde dispatch the traitor, the party learned that the wizard, Firan Zalhonen, is in the domain Lamordia. Before going there, however, Bowmin has asked that the party takes a detour to Falkovnia to help an old friend of his. So, this is where we left off. You all were sort of settling in for a long rest, presumably in your domes.
Are we in the mist?
Yes, you're in the mist, but in the safety of where the carnival is set up. And then you can be on your merry way after a long rest. So you all, sort of settled in for the night. I don't know if any of you were planning on doing watches or not, but regardless, During the night, Jinarra, as you sleep, you have a nightmare yet again.
Mm-hmm.
But instead of Waterdeep,
I do think we're all having nightmares.
sure. Instead of Waterdeep, however, you see the village of Victol burning around you. From a nearby rooftop, it's hot, it's smoky. You don't hear anything at this point except the cracking of wood as everything sort of heats up, and the sound of the flames themselves. But as you're standing in the middle of this street in what was once a quaint village, you hear a deep, familiar voice speaking to you from the rooftops. You have failed yet again. How many will you fail? How many will burn? Or you accept the truth. You have no power to stop any of this. And as you sort of look towards the voice, you see sort of staring down at you from the rooftops, his long neck sort of stretching down to look at you, is Fearkindler. But Fearkindler appears distorted in this nightmare. You can see dark shadows are sort of gathering all around him. His eyes are pitch black and seem to be smoking themselves. And his scales seem to be glowing from underneath with intense heat.
I'm gonna look at him and just say, we'll see who's failing when I kill you.
Have you ever heard of the legend of what happens when you die in a dream?
Yeah, you die in real life.
Let's test that. And he opens his mouth and belches flame at you. And as he does, you jolt awake.
I'm gonna get up and go for a walk.
Great. Elina, since you only meditate, you would probably see Jinarra like get up and leave the dome on a walk. I don't know if you would do anything about that or not, but just noting that you would notice that.
She seems like someone who can handle herself. So I'm just going to let her be.
Great.
I also would imagine I'm probably a little bit shaken, but I've had so many of these nightmares at this point that I probably don't look like much more shaken than usual when I wake up.
Sure.
I probably always look a little bit, a little ruffled in the morning.
Yeah. Great. Are you looking to do anything in particular on your walk, or just going out to try to clear your head?
No, I'm just going out to try to clear my head, and I'm just I know like letting go of the regret is the key to all this, but that's sort of been eluding me, so I'm just gonna walk and think and just try to keep an eye on things, sort of. Like, I'm not gonna just like aimlessly wander away from the group, but
but you're walking around sort of the carnival grounds area.
Yeah, I'm still staying within a safe area.
Great. As you're strolling around, you just hear someone say, tough night. And you look over and see Arthur Sedgwick. one of the detectives, sort of outside of a tent smoking.
I'll sit down with him and I always sort of have a flask on me from my days when I was, wielding my drunken mastery.
Mhm.
And I'll offer him a drink. Say, yeah, not much more than usual, but seeing that village burn and knowing that we probably could have stopped it if we had moved a little bit faster was rough.
Yeah, it's hard sometimes. I understand. Alanic and I, we've been through a lot for the years. It's well, I won't say it ever gets easy, but you learn to handle it. Well, you learn to handle it, or it handles you, I guess.
Do you have dragons in these domains?
Not where Alanic and I live currently. Demon we have a home there. Where Alanic is from, where we're both from, there were dragons were known. They weren't common, but they were around. Why?
I always want to try to help my friends as much as I can, but I've left hunting a particular dragon to my parents and their party. And part of me, a small part of me, sometimes wishes I could be with them to help. Not even for any real noble reasons, but I know I'm in search of a bit of revenge. And sometimes I feel like I'm running out of time. The usual. I'll just take a swig of my drink. Ramblings, first thing in the morning.
I understand. A while back, when Alanic and I first arrived in Demonlu, there was a case involving this serial killer. It was a difficult case, and the killer, he and Alanic had something of a showdown on the roof of a building, and resulted in both of them tumbling over the edge. Alanic has not walked since then. And I have wanted revenge against the killer ever since then. Hasn't done me much good because he perished.
Fair.
Revenge is, it's something that I think is very natural to want. But it's not always achievable. And even when it is, I don't know that it always gives you what you want out of it. What would I do to that man if he were still around? I don't know. I mean, it wouldn't give my husband his ability to walk back.
That's true.
So, I don't know. I sympathize, and I appreciate you all coming to rescue us. It's hard in the domains of dread. Do the best you can, but things just don't always work out. And sometimes you just have to accept that.
Indeed.
Well, anyway, thank you for the hooch.
Pleasure.
I'd offer you a cigarette, but this is my last one, so.
It's fine. Not for me. I better get back, but
Well,
thanks for the company.
it was a pleasure, and perhaps we'll meet again someday. But if not, safe travels. And
You as well.
if you see Dr. Van Richten before us, give him our regards.
Of course.
You walk. Great. Morning comes. Carnival is packing up their stuff, getting ready to continue on to their next destination, as you all are as well. You are attempting to journey to Falkovnia. Is there, first, I guess I should say, is there anything anybody wants to do before you set off for your destination? Great.
I think so.
So, as you sort of get ready to depart, Bowmin, you are the one with the mist talisman for Falkovnia. So you are going to be the one helming the journey through the mists. Now, you don't need to make any check to successfully arrive to your destination, because that's what the mist talisman allows you to do. However, I do need you to roll me 2d6 to determine how long this is going to take.
Well,
What was that?
6 and 6.
12. That is a long day.
Ooh.
Okay, great. I am also going to call for a series of additional checks. And I will call for those one at a time. There's actually going to be 6 of these additional checks, so everybody will get to make one. Congratulations. You all depart into the cold mists of Ravenloft. The impenetrable, chilly mist continues to surround you as you push. Yes.
When we don't have our cart from when we were with Dr. Van Richten.
Nope.
Okay.
Left
Okay.
that. You can't see very far in any direction in these cold mists. As before, you hear haunting cries and calls lost in the indeterminate distance. You see faint lights in the distance as well. But Bowmin, you somehow know what direction you need to go. After a couple hours of walking, you have arrived at sort of this crumbling, broken corner of a house of some kind. There's nothing left but this corner. And you all just stop here real quick to take a breather. And this is where I'm gonna need our first check. So Bowmin, why don't you lead us off? Roll a d20 for me and just tell me what you get.
Is this it? Goodness. So long.
No, that we have quite a bit of ways to go, I think.
What?
I got a 13.
A 13. Okay, nothing happens. as you sort of all continue on further into the mists, the ground around you starts to feel spongy, as if you're stepping into sort of a boggy area, and eventually you're trudging through mud and water up to your ankles. It's cold, the grasses are really tall. Nyx, you're getting buried in these tall grasses.
I would probably say Nyx is probably riding Hayes, because Hayes is still here.
That's fair enough. Yeah. Oh yeah, you have graders. You have summon Greater Steve now, right? So
I do, but it's still just
still normal Haze. Okay. Yeah. You push on through this cold bog area. Weirdly devoid of bugs. No bugs in this bog, which is a little unsettling.
Oh darn.
And with that, I'm actually going to go ahead and have our second check. Artemis, why don't you make the second check? Just roll a d20 and tell me what you get.
Wonderfully peaceful bog. 7.
7. Nothing happens.
Peaceful bog, like I said.
Yeah. You continue pushing on. You get to the other side of this sort of boggy area and find yourself going uphill at first, and then suddenly you are climbing steeper and steeper up what appears to be a mountain now. As you clamber over rocks, slip and slide over some difficult terrain. There are a couple of close calls where someone almost takes a tumble all the way back down the hillside. But you all manage to catch each other, catch yourselves, and you make it to the top, which immediately flattens out. And you find yourself seemingly on a narrow dirt road. But you can't see what is on either side of the road in the mist. And this is where we're going to make another check. This time, let's have Penny make it. Roll a d20 for me.
15.
15. Nothing happens. Continue down this dirt road, which eventually gives way to these trees that you've seen before that are like giant, smooth hairs, hair follicles. You hear screeches of bats in the distance, but other than that, you don't see or hear anything else that's alive. Nyx, roll a d20.
Didn't we already walk across some giant humanoid thing last time?
Yeah, you're in a spot like that. Yeah.
15.
15. Okay, nothing happens. Continue through this area. Stop for a lunch break at some point during this. And after emerging from this area full of trees, you find yourself at the edge of a ravine with a narrow rope bridge crossing it. And you all steadily start making your way across it one at a time. And while you're doing that, Jinarra, I would like you to roll a d20 for me. 5. Okay, so you continue to cross this bridge. You're looking down. You have no clue how far down this ravine goes. It's all lost in the mist. You don't even know how long the bridge is until after what feels like forever, you reach the other side of the bridge and continue on down this path, which you find yourselves on. As you continue down this path, you hear the occasional, the sounds around you get a little bit more numerous. And the wails and moans kind of give way to just general grunts and noises that people would make, but unintelligible. No language, no nothing, just sort of grunts and moans and that sort of thing. Elina, I need you to make roll a d20 for me.
3.
3. You're fine. You continue to push through these mists. The sounds around you continue as they have been for the last little while. Trees, normal trees, also start appearing around you, pine trees, and the mist slowly starts to thin until suddenly you are no longer in the mist. You are walking down a road, a dirt road, trees on either side, and a bridge spanning a river in front of you. On the other side of the bridge is the ruins of a settlement of some kind. You see dull gray stone buildings overgrown with ivy, crumbling walls littered with abandoned rusty siege weapons, and you can see like straight through the ruins of a gate into sort of the center of this abandoned town, and you see bones sort of littering the ground in this town square. You have arrived in Falkovnia.
Oh,
Okay. Let me just check the letter real quick.
did we make it? Is this where we're supposed to be?
Please say no. Please say no. We're moving on.
Yes. We need to go to Lakar.
Or is
Car?
that how
It's Lakar, Lakar, I don't really know.
okay.
I don't think they have automobiles here. I mean,
No,
I know what
it's
an automobile is.
they're just
Nyx becomes Henry Ford.
I'm inventing a car. How did you get into my invention journal?
No, we never find. So we're in Falkovnia now. We never find the city of Lakar.
Okay.
So keep your eyes peeled for signs.
What do you think that means?
Lakar?
The car.
I think it means the and some invention that has not been invented yet.
Really?
You know what I just don't get? Maybe this is, you know what? No. I've learned a lot from you guys. I had a very privileged thought. I'm just going to tuck that away.
Oh my gosh! Someone put down the date.
No.
Artie's finally getting a social conscious.
Can I do, while we're walking down this path, can I do a perception check to see if I see any like road signs or
Yeah, go ahead, make a perception check.
Are we getting close to the ruins? Like, do we have to walk past
Yeah,
them?
the lane leads right into the ruins of this.
Does anybody want to go take a look around once we get in there?
Sure.
I don't want to leave anyone's side, especially the bones.
Bowmin got a 16 perception.
16. With a 16 perception, as you approach, you see hanging, like dangling barely from a signpost, what appears to be what remains of some sort of welcome sign. Examining it a little bit more closely as you look on it, you make out that the name of this town began with the letters ST.
Not car. Oh, right. Do you think the ruins would probably have a map or something that we could probably?
Yeah, we can take a look. See if there's any, like, if it's ST, whatever the rest of it is, bar, local bar, that'd be really helpful.
All right, 20 minutes, then we're back to the path.
Great. Whoever wants to can make an investigation check to search these ruins for something useful.
I'll do that too.
Me too.
I'll just
27.
I'll keep an eye on the
Please,
bone.
okay.
13.
17.
19.
Great. Okay. Well, the 27, I'll go ahead and send y'all the map.
Yay!
So yeah,
Oh,
Nyx, you do manage to find a map. You also learn that the town you are in is called Stangengrad.
oh no.
Stangengrad.
Oh, we're close. We're like 7 days away.
Where are we trying to get to?
Lakar.
Car,
Car.
that little bridge.
There's a road right to it.
Oh.
Just
We gotta go through this scary road.
Or we could go along the
Or we could
to the
go-
abandoned
Zapadnost
hospital.
Or we could go through the forest. That's also
Yeah.
an option.
Yeah, that's an option.
I don't know about you guys. I'm a bit forest out from that last.
Yeah.
experience.
Do we want Watcher's Road or Scary Hospital?
The road.
Or we could take the river.
Scary Hospital River.
Do we have a? Okay, did I find a boat on my?
Okay, so yeah, let me continue going through what you have found. So all of the weapons that you find a bunch of like general weapons too, aside from the siege weapons. But most of them are like rusty and old and have clearly been laying here for a long time. This place seems like it was abandoned a while ago.
Can
Yes.
I cast Mend?
Sure.
Does it get rid of the rust?
Yeah, you
Cool.
have perfectly serviceable weapons after you cast Mend. I don't know if you're looking for anything in
Bowmin!
particular.
Yeah.
Hole?
Yeah. Sure. Do you want this next to the painting that you have in there or no?
There's no way. Bowmin has it.
None of these weapons are magical. For reference, they're just standard weapons.
Okay,
But
how
but
many
great for booby
daggers?
traps.
How many daggers do we have?
I want a particularly rusty dagger that Nyx is not going to cast Mend on, and I'm just going to spend time cleaning it after
Okay.
my nightmares in the morning.
Great.
Okay.
Nyx, with a 27, you can find as many daggers as you want to find.
Can I roll a d20?
Sure.
20.
Oh man. I found 8.
Okay, that's
That's
still a
good.
lot of fucking daggers. You managed to find some coinage as well. Let's see how much coinage you get out of this. 76 gold pieces.
Okay.
Nice.
So many gold pieces.
You also with a
Wait, what did you-
27.
What did you say?
Huh?
How many?
76.
76.
Um
76 gold pieces.
as you're sort of looking around the village, you know, Nyx, you're kind of getting the idea that kind of what happened here. It's like that it seems like
Coming to me.
yeah. It seems like the walls here were once quite impressive. Now they're crumbling. Based on what you're able to figure out, based on like where bodies are laying, where weapons are laying, some like scraps of notes and old like journals and that sort of thing, you're sort of able to piece together that this city was once a fortified place here in Falkovnia, but it fell to the hordes the hordes of the undead that keep attacking the domain. And the survivors fled back towards Lakar. Yes, Artemis.
The siege weapons. Were they aimed at these walls or at like an attacker?
They were aimed at like an attacker.
Oh, okay.
They
I
were
didn't want
they were-
zombies with siege weapons.
No. They were aimed at like towards an attacker.
Good. Okay.
I will also tell you, Nyx, you find repeated references to a General Drakov in the scraps of correspondence that you're able to find. General Drakov seems to be the commanding officer of the military presence. That used to be here and is presumably now in Lakar. You don't know how long ago this was.
I was gonna
but
say.
probably quite a while.
Are these people still alive?
Hard to say. This could have happened anytime between like 5 to 10 years ago to much longer. It's hard to say exactly how long ago it was. Based on the plant growth, you would guess it's less than a century, but that's not very specific.
Yeah, that sounds about right for my nature knowledge.
And you do manage to find the docks in the town as well.
Other boats.
There are no usable boats.
Cast mending?
Hmm?
Cast mending?
It would take a little bit more than mending to fix these boats.
I've got
but
woodcarver's tools.
But you could attempt to fix up a boat if the party decides that that's the direction you want to go with.
Do we find carts that are usable?
No carts that are usable, same thing. You find broken carts that could be repaired given time. But again, if that's what you all decide to do.
Okay.
So, it looks like we have really a couple options we could get to Lakar. One being we just stay on the path that we're currently on. We could cut through the woods if we wanted to. I'm not partial towards that one personally. Or we could sail down the river after we fix up some of these boats. Pros and cons, if we're on the river, we're on a river. There's we're kind of sitting ducks if there's any ambush of any kind. If we take the path, we can have more cover, but it's unfamiliar territory, and we could easily get separated. And the woods is the woods. There could be anything in there.
Yeah, I was just joking about that.
Okay.
How?
If you
So-
fall off the road, you don't.
Would
drown.
I?
Oh.
Watchers Road? We're gonna go down Watchers Road?
I
Do you
mean, we
wanna
could
go
follow the
past-
coastline if we wanted to.
And end up in Widower's Water?
Yeah.
But I do wonder if we'd be able to find something useful in the hospital.
You know what's gonna be in the hospital? Ghosts.
Zombies.
Probably
Ghosts
more.
and zombies.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to do another ghost wedding, a zombie wedding if we go to that hospital. I'm telling you right now. I know it.
Did turn out in our favor.
It did until there was
It was kind of a great time, except for the whole hint of death thing.
right. And then the Inquisitors, whatever, coming afterwards, and Brooke's mom.
You see Nyx with the map and a piece of string because there is a scale at the bottom measuring.
I mean, yeah. Do we
It's
want
like
water? Do we want land?
12. Hey, it's like 12 miles by foot.
We could do 12.
12 miles. Wow.
Four,
It's actually not
Five.
terrible.
six,
Yeah.
But we did just walk for 12
Seven.
hours.
8.
Yeah. How tired are we?
Oh, pretty tired. I mean, you've been walking all day, you climbing over hills, all that stuff. I mean, you went through an icy bog. Like you're not. It's been a long day of travel.
About how many more
Just
hours?
kidding.
we have left?
It is equidistant if we go water or road. 10 miles.
I will say the sun is starting to get low in the sky.
Should we set up camp in this village?
Probably.
I think so.
Let's find like a secure ruin. Maybe we can reinstall a door or something and just not be noticed for the night.
If we find an old ruin with a door, I will cast alarm.
Love
I
that.
think we should still consider putting up the hut.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Just first barrier.
Yes, of course.
Great.
Would I know anything about like how undead would work in this plane? I don't know if my travels have ever brought me here.
Yeah.
Probably not.
Go ahead and make me your choice, religion or history.
Let's see. Well, they're the same. So 19.
19. Yeah, you haven't been to Falkovnia before. You've heard of it. Anybody who's spent a sufficiently long amount of time knows that Falkovnia is not a particularly pleasant place. You don't think, based on what you've heard about it, you don't think the undead work differently here than anywhere else. Except
And
that,
I probably encountered some before.
yeah. So you would know that like zombies, skeletons, other corporeal undead, typically not super intelligent. There are rare exceptions, but typically not particularly intelligent. They're more just driven to destroy the living. You know, zombies. I mean, they don't infect, unlike in our like real world. Zombies are not there is no assumption that zombies infect somebody else with becoming a zombie.
Like in our,
We
our
learned
real
something
world,
about men today.
Real
in our-
world
in our-
zombies.
in our real
No,
world
no, 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 no,
zombies.
no. Like, no, what I'm saying, like, in the real world, right, part of the zombie sort of mythos is that
In the
you get bit
zombie
by a
cinematic
zombie,
universe.
if you get bit by a zombie, you become a zombie. That is how we treat zombies in the modern day real world, is how we treat them in media. That is not the case in D&D. Zombies aren't infectious, at least not in that way. Usually for a zombie or skeleton or other corporeal undead to be raised, someone has to like specifically do that. It's not like incorporeal undead, like ghosts and such, where you know, if they have unfinished business, their spirits may linger. For the most part, corporeal undeads are like just brought back to life after they die. But there are, of course, exceptions to that as well. And as far as you know, the main thing you know about Falkovnia's undead is there is a fuck ton of them. There are so many undead, way more undead than anybody could make any sense of. And it doesn't seem like they're being brought to life by a necromancer. It just seems to be part of the curse of this domain in particular, is that it finds itself under assault by the undead frequently. That being said, the ruins of Stangengrad seem empty. I mean, you guys have been here for a little while. No undead have attacked you. So I would say with the roll, with the, what, you got a 19?
Yep.
With a 19, you notice that. You notice that no undead have seemed to attack you while you're here. But you also know for a fact that that is just something that this domain is known for, is a fuck ton of undead. So you don't know why there's no undead here with a 19.
Okay.
But
I will share that information with all of my friends.
You do manage to find a place to set up. There is there's an old shop. The lettering above the on the sign above the door indicates that it was a business called Fennelstock and Upton at one point, but it is long since abandoned. But you can set up in there for the night.
Bowman's gonna take the sign down from the shop and look at his Waterdeep friends and go,
Do you think Snacks would like this as like a souvenir?
Who is Snacks?
You know,
That-
Snack.
Mhm.
Like gadget guy that messes up stuff.
the little goblin who makes magical items?
It's been like 100 years since we've seen him.
Not him in a long time.
I'm pretty sure Bowman sees him regularly for card night. That's Penny's father.
Yeah.
My dad goes to card night with Snacks?
He's Bowman's best friend.
Why are we putting my dad in more morally corrupt situations?
What's
Whoa,
that
whoa,
morally
whoa, whoa,
corrupt?
whoa.
Whole
Just
art.
cards.
Whoa. Hey, he
House?
wins and loses by his own willing. Okay, I didn't coerce him to do anything.
I swear to
just-
God, if he gambles away our house that I spent all of that time.
Oh, what?
You know what? I've been thinking about it, everyone. I think we should take the road.
I think I agree with that.
Because if Bowman is right. If we're in that water and something attacks us, none of us know how to swim. Artie doesn't know how to swim. He's never been in a pool in his life.
You don't know how to swim.
I have a ship.
I was given instructions. I had a swimming tutor. Thank you.
What is
In
even
a temperature-controlled pool with simulated waves in the pool.
So you're telling me you know how to swim?
Yeah.
Was it a magic pool?
I don't remember. It had to be fixed a couple times. We had a couple of them, but not all at once. Like, we kept replacing that pool.
I will
kept-
say, even if you can swim, these waters look like they could, like, we don't know what's around that bend. Like, it could get rapid, like, there could be rapids and fast moving water
Yeah,
that we could hit our heads on, rocks and stuff.
Yeah. As much as it's going to suck being sandwiched in between those forests, and we're going to see unspeakable horrors while we walk down Watcher's Road, where something surely will be watching us and trying to kill us. I don't know, something about Widower's water and the hospital makes me feel like,
Maybe the road is being watched by people that are taking care of travelers.
yeah, just like they're taking care of this
Hmm.
town.
Well,
Seems unlikely based on everything I've ever heard about this place.
So in the morning, we take the road.
We walk.
That's my vote.
What are our watches?
Uh,
I want
on-
to do first watch.
I
can stay up
only
for
need
first
to
watch with Nyx.
do 4 hours of meditation, so I can do second and third.
I can also do second.
I'll
I
pick
can do
the.
second. Or third, whichever.
All right, so Elina and Bowman second watch, Jinarra, Artie third watch, me and Nyx first watch.
Right. Are you setting up the dome?
Yeah.
Yep.
And I
You bet.
ritual casting. Well, I'm just gonna cast alarm. We're gonna take a long
Great.
rest.
Okay. You set up in this shop, you cast alarm across the door, set up the dome, and begin your second long rest.
Real quick, before we go to bed, Bowman's just gonna be sitting there petting Hayes and just think of him just getting so much bigger.
Uh-huh.
And before we go to sleep, and I'm saying this specifically before we go to sleep, Bowman's going to cast Find Greater Steed. And Hayes grows. He's probably about the size of a rhinoceros now.
Oh my god.
And he has 3 heads like a Cerberus.
Great. Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Let's just pick one of the creatures from the Find Greater Steed spell, and then that's just the stat block that Hayes uses.
Yeah.
Now. So, your choice. First watch is Nyx and Penny. I'll go ahead and have both of you make perception checks for me.
$13.
15.
Okay. Yeah, nothing seems to disturb the sort of quietness of the shop that you're in. You know, it's dusty, it's quiet, but it's, you know, nothing dangerous comes trying to burst through the door or anything.
That's a win for us.
I want to sit there with my revolver. And I am going to we're narrating level up things. So I'm going to take my wood carver's tools and just kind of like chip away at the wooden handle with it and make a cool design that like I've seen back home. It's just like a little swirl with some like sparks coming off of it. And then it starts glowing. And I like tap Penny.
Hmm?
Have you seen this symbol before? Just say yes. It's like a very
Yes.
What? This is my this is my silenced revolver. So I'm gonna go out to like right by the door and I'm just gonna like shoot it, but like think fire. And this is how I create my arcane firearm, and I just shoot 3 random like scorching rays at the ground. And
The impacts happen,
Yeah.
dust sort of falls from the ceiling.
oh,
A rat sort of scurries around a corner and disappears.
Did you just do that?
yeah.
Like you just made that?
Well, what do you mean? I didn't make the gun.
Oh, no, I know. That's your revolver.
Yeah,
But you tinkered it.
I guess.
What do you mean you guess?
I don't know. I thought the handle was boring, and so I was carving a symbol that I saw. Apparently, it's special.
Okay. Like cursed?
I don't know. But I can,
Okay.
like, I was thinking about a spell
Okay.
when I shot it, and then
Okay.
the spell happened.
Okay. You magic users are crazy.
I don't get it.
Like, I know I use magic, but like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Girl,
Do you also not know what you're
I
doing?
don't know what I'm doing.
I mean, we didn't have magic license. We were practicing legally. We were practicing magic illicitly.
I very much learned how to do this by looking at scraps and saying words, and then things would happen. Like, I don't know why it happens.
That's better than me. I saw a guy on the street doing a magic trick, and I said, "Me too, buddy." And now I do this.
Wow. We've come a long way.
Are we traumatized? Did we
Yeah.
have traumatic childhoods?
Yes, I already knew that. Did you not know that?
I'm just now starting to learn.
I screamed when I saw Artie's bird, and it brought back a memory that had been shoved down to the deep depths of my memory.
I was thinking about you when Hayes doubled in size. Are you doing okay with that?
Oh, Hayes is fine.
Okay.
Just big birds.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. You're small. Yeah,
My cousin got carried away.
I know. I'm sorry. We don't talk enough about that. Does Artie know your cousin?
I can't remember if I told him or not. I think I like mumbled it.
Oh, okay.
But stammered it out in my first reaction.
Right. Yeah. I feel like we need to stop taking watches together.
Yeah.
We last time that happened, we almost got shot at.
Yeah. But also good memories.
Yeah, so
Didn't
true.
Die. Like, we're pretty good at it.
So far.
Knock on wood. And knock on my
Knock on wood. Nyx and Penny are the same person in different fonts.
Oh my god. As your one brain cell bounces back and forth. Great. Your watch comes to a close without incident. Bringing us to second watch, which is Elina, and I couldn't remember whether it was Artemis or Jinarra or Bowmin. Is it Bowmin? Okay. Elina and Bowmin take second watch. I'll have both of you make perception checks for me.
Ooh, 14.
19.
19. Okay. Once again, shop remains quiet. You kind of hear the wind picking up outside. It causes the upper floors to creak a little bit, which is a little nerve-wracking, but otherwise, you don't see or hear anything out of the ordinary from the inside of this shop.
So, your friend that we're looking for, how did he end up here?
This is a long story.
We have a few
specifically-
hours.
Yeah. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that we're not from this domain. But I'll glance over that. A long time ago, far before I met the friends that we are with today, I was in a group of the matter working for the government that I worked for that specifically was meant to stop outside forces from overtaking the kingdom or the country, really. One night we went to a job. It was a ship in the middle of a bay, and well, to put it shortly, 4 went in, 2 came out. 1 body was found.
Oh.
And Decil was the only one MIA. I've been looking for them for quite some time. I gave up after my kingdom fell. But it's have you ever lost something and you just know that you could find it again if you just looked a little harder? And when you know, as soon as you find that thing, you could finally stop worrying about it.
Actually, I do.
That's what Decil is for me. They were very young. Last I saw them, it's been well over a decade. But time also moves differently here. I don't know if it's been longer or shorter for them.
A decade. For me, it's been a few centuries.
I can imagine being what you are is hard for the time perception itself. When everyone around you is probably not as long lived as you are. I can imagine it's hard to make friends.
Yes, and it's easier when I keep moving. But having a group once in a while, like this one, is always, well, it helps.
I've also had many groups in my lifetime. I will not live as long as you have already, but
Mm.
I like to think that by the end of it, we're all stories. And somebody needs to tell them. Like I just told you about Decil. They were fun. They were
Why?
lively spirited.
Well, I hope we can find them and get
I've
you
been-
at least some closure.
I've been meaning to ask you, now we have a moment while the other one's asleep. Why are you with us? Not to say that you have other means, but that besides the obvious of just being a kind person. I don't doubt that you are a kind person. But everyone has an ulterior motive.
As you know, we did speak to what was it, a seer,
Yeah.
the fortune teller?
Yep.
And I was told that I might find what I'm looking for if I stay with you. I've been searching for centuries to find this, and I'll take any hint that I can get. I don't really care how long it takes me. I'm going to find it.
Well, not for nothing for joining us and coming to this Falkovnia of all places with us. You've earned my trust, and I will personally make sure that we find your thing, and I won't leave your side until we do.
Thank you. I do have something I feel may help us in this realm in particular. I'm going to pull out my short sword.
Oh, okay. Well,
The
I thought we
corpse-
had a moment.
Oh, no. Just like to show it off. There's a corpse slayer short sword. Short short sword. That is particularly advantageous against undead. So
Well, that will be helpful indeed.
I'm not one for weaponry in most circumstances. This, however, seems like the right place to have this at my side.
I'm very thankful you're with us. This is going to be quite helpful. Also, if anyone says I'm acting weird, I'm not normally on this level of emotion. I'm usually pretty low down here. I'm used to a lot of battle and death.
I understand. I appreciate you sharing that with me.
It's built trust. And I trust you.
All right. As the second watch comes to an end, third watch time happens. Jinarra and Artemis. Elina, you can also contribute to this if you want, or you can, do whatever. But go ahead and make a check.
I'm gonna spend the time figuring out which spells I want to have prepared.
Perfect. So Artemis, Jinarra, make perception checks.
Oh, yeah. $29.
27.
They are keen-eyed.
They
Eyes wide
are
open.
We're ready.
And yeah, as you all, as the two of you keep an eye out, you are vigilant, you are prepared, and nothing is getting past you. Not even that emaciated rat desperately looking around for a crumb of food.
I don't trust rodents after 2 days ago or whatever.
Wait, is there actually a rat trying to like get into our hut?
It's just it's not trying to get into your hut, it's just like wandering around the room trying to find food.
I'm going to
I'm
gonna bend down and I'm gonna offer it my hand and I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals.
Hmm.
Because I
Joe,
can do
what are
that
you doing?
now.
Good, good, good. Good.
I'll give it like a crumb of something. And I'm gonna say safe? Safety?
All in wall, safe. I don't need it.
Area surrounding?
Hey, not safe. No, not safe. No, not safe. Hold in wall, safe.
Why not safe?
Big things eat. Big things eat. Big things hungry.
Big things me or big things bigger?
Big things you scary, but you give food.
Okay.
More food. More food.
Sure.
More food.
I'll give more food.
And he scurries away.
Was that productive for you? You
Not
just started
really.
squeaking.
Things our size eat things out there. I'm assuming the rat was talking about the zombies, but I apparently can talk to animals now. I don't know. I think Hope might be trying to like throw me a bone, even though Hope's not around anymore. I don't really know, but
Wait, like Hope's not around.
well, Hope's not in me anymore. I can't just like talk to Hope like I used to, because she got more powerful from our good deeds, which is cool, and I like. But it's weird. I kind of miss being able to just run things by her like I used to. But
Sure.
yeah, this is one of her powers. So So that's new, I guess.
Why is it we can't really talk to our people? Our entities?
It was really nice being able to do that for a while.
I'm sure. I have to go to sleep and then hope that I remember to dream about things instead of dream. Well, that's not important. But it just some more communication would be nice.
Yeah.
And yours disappeared.
Yeah, and this is a rather hopeless place in general, so
Sure.
Yeah.
Remember the last time we dealt with zombies? In the train yard?
Yep.
That was intense.
It was.
I think that might be one of my scariest. Not sure, dragon, etc. But there were a lot. And this place is about that.
Yeah. I know. I think it'll be, I mean, it has to be okay. Also, was this the realm where they said that we might be able to find diamonds, or was it the realm with the wizard?
My guess is the realm with the wizard. I think the realm with the wizard is what I remember, but I'm also drunk 87% of the time, so who knows?
I'll save you checking your notes. It was the realm of the wizard.
Okay.
I was
all right,
sober.
Great. Great. Yeah. I mentioned this briefly on the road, but I'm just gonna say on the road here I shared about Fear Kindler in my dreams.
Okay.
You don't think he's like in this realm somehow?
I don't know if he's in this realm, but I do think I'm for some reason tethered to him. Maybe. It felt like he was talking to me. It could have been the dream, but we've also learned that my dreams are more than dreams.
Maybe Elina knows something. Excuse me, Elina, if you're listening.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you know anything about... So, as you recall, on the road, Jinarra told us about the dragon thing. It's
Sure.
terrifying.
Yes.
Do you know anything about, like, things being able to communicate with us mortals? I mean, dragons are mortal too, but I don't know. Does that ring any bells for you whatsoever?
Do I know anything?
Make an Arcana or a history check. Your choice.
History. I don't think I know that much. 13.
13.
Wait. I can't do math. 11.
11. Yeah. You know, there's a lot of weird stuff in Ravenloft. With an 11, you haven't heard of anything specific when it comes to dreams or nightmares. I mean, you know, the occasional rumor, right, that dreams are nightmare of cursed dreams or cursed nightmares. But nothing that has stuck for you with an 11.
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm not familiar with any dream communication. Not that it couldn't happen. I'm just haven't run into that ever.
Right. It's so weird.
It is odd.
Hoping it's only when I'm dreaming and he's not somehow able to keep tabs on me when I'm awake.
Well, I haven't seen any. I'll detect magic again. Just for any scrying.
Yeah. No scrying orb like appears or anything.
But also, is Jinarra herself, I mean, other than the magic that I know, specifically looking for, I don't know if a curse comes off as magic?
Yeah. Let me check something.
That is
I would
interesting.
say you get the very faintest trace of enchantment magic. That shouldn't be. Enchantment being magic that has to do with the mind and manipulating the mind.
Yeah. Huh.
It
No,
was as if a spell had been in effect, but is no longer in effect.
That's disconcerting.
like
If you
there's-
share that with me.
Yeah. There's like a lingering trace. Like a lot of my magics, some of the things like when I started out dabbling, it was a lot more controlling people's minds, and then I realized that wasn't cool. But it's really weird. Like, I don't think it's like it's not actively working. It's just like left a footprint.
Okay.
Yeah, I could try.
Okay.
I mean, it's worth a shot to try and get rid of it. I'll just, if you don't mind, I'll try not to mess this up. Get
I
rid of
don't
your other.
mind, but also don't use too many of your spell slots on it, because you already did your long rest, and we might be fighting zombies today.
I guess that would take about the amount of energy of bringing Bowmin back again. So he seems a tad reckless.
I think he's worried about his friend.
Well, yeah, but so are we, right?
Yeah. But we haven't seen Bowmin open up a ton, and he's opened up about this, so it might be hitting a little bit closer to home than some other things.
I think, well, we talked a bit, and he seems quite invested in this person.
Well, we're just gonna have to make sure we keep him alive.
Yeah. And also just in general, I love our dear Mr. Bowmin.
Mm-hmm.
He likes to challenge Faye to one-on-one.
Yes, it
Yeah.
seems his self-preservation is
Lacking?
not the keenest.
Yeah, I just want to help. I could use him around selfishly, but maybe we just keep an eye on the impulses.
Yeah.
He's definitely faking being asleep and is gonna beat the crap out of me for this later.
No, I think he's fast asleep.
Good. I couldn't win, as we all saw. Right. I'm gonna play some music. No, we need to be quiet. I'm gonna not play some music.
Yeah.
As your long rest comes to a close, the dome sort of fades away. You all are able to, get yourselves packed up and ready to go. You are taking the road, yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You begin making your way down Watcher's Road. It's early morning, got a 12-mile trek ahead of you. Not too bad, but still a decent bit of walking. You're making your way down the road. Eventually, you come to a fork. You stick to the right to stay on Watcher's Road. The woods on either side of you are thick. You hear, animals. A very thin sort of deer pokes its head out of the woods and then sort of prances across the road and disappears into the other side. You keep going down the road until who spots it first? Jinarra. You spot it first, but you're very quickly followed by Artemis. You see a cart on the side of the road up ahead, or in the middle of the road up ahead. As you all approach, the horrible smell of death hits your nostrils. There are flies gathering around this wreck. You see the horses that were pulling this cart are dead on the ground, having been partially eaten. as well as the corpses of a few soldiers in this armor that's all their armor is marked with like a red talon on it. The cart is damaged, like the wheel got knocked off, and there's there are crates in the back of the cart. The crates don't appear to have been messed with.
Can we tell how fresh this is? Is blood still flowing? Is it coagulated?
Make an
Is-
investigation
Ew.
check for me.
Oh, I should be able to see this. What is that? 18.
18. At your best guess, based on the amount of blood that's dried, based on the level of decomposition you are observing, sometime within the last 24 hours.
Ooh.
You'd say probably sometime either yesterday or during the night. You're not sure exactly, but
I will pull out my sword and just ready it. Keep an eye out.
The red talon on their uniforms, would you have to, like, if one wanted to disguise themselves as one of these guards, would I have to like undress them, or could I just like?
yeah, you'd have to undress.
Okay, I don't want to do that.
Anybody want to do anything else at this wreck, or are we continuing on?
Did we check the crates?
Yeah, there's something that can be opened easily.
I mean, they're all the crates appear to be like nailed shut, but Bowmin has a crowbar. You could easily pop one of the crates open if you want.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you pop open one of the crates, and inside you find the crate is filled with what appears to be grain.
Brain?
Grain,
Oh, like the food,
like the food.
not in your brain, right?
No.
Okay.
I heard brain as
I
well.
wasn't about
Yeah.
No, grain,
A vomit.
grain with a G. Grain.
As in Gary, yeah. Gotcha.
We got zombies on the brain.
I
I
mean, yeah,
do
really.
love that we were all just nodding, like, yes,
Brain?
brain,
Yeah, brain,
zombie,
yeah.
sure.
No. Let me be clear. This is food.
Well, to a zombie.
Well, this is people food. Or it looks like it could become people food, I guess.
I feel like we should just pretend we didn't see this.
Wait, which
Well-
way were they going?
Yeah, is this going in the same
It's
direction?
going in the same direction you're heading. It
I
looks
feel
like
like
they
this
were
is a
on their
delivery.
way to Lakar.
I feel like we should respectfully move the bodies. How heavy is the cart? Like, could we hook
Giant.
Hayes
We have a
up
giant
to it?
dog.
I mean,
Could
Hayes is a large creature now. I took the direwolf stat block.
Okay. Hayes could probably pull the cart.
Like, I feel like if just be good people and bring this grain to the people of Lakar, I feel like they'll be happy about it. And then we could also use it as leverage to get what we want.
Won't it look suspicious that we've showed up with all these dead people's stuff?
Maybe. Sorry, good Sam's voice. Maybe we embod the body and the bodies and maybe bring them back to be buried.
Oh, bring the bodies back.
People like being like dead bodies. Do we think that's an okay thing here? Or like once you're dead, you're thrown out the city walls and you're gonna come back?
Well, I feel like they're not gonna necessarily question who killed these people, considering there's zombies everywhere. Like,
Oh, are these guys zombies?
no,
If we take them with us, are they gonna reanimate?
And who knows?
No, that's not typically how zombies work.
It also might be best if we leave them here, because if this whole realm is like, no, we don't want extra things bringing the zombies towards us, maybe a dead bodies would be bad.
Also, it would attract more people to us. That we have
Yeah.
rotting corpses with us.
We should pay some respects.
Bury 'em?
Can I have Hayes just to like dig to how many bodies are there?
3 human bodies, 2 horse bodies.
And the horses, please.
Really?
Dig one massive grave.
A mass grave?
What do you want?
No! Hayes needs to do 5.
First of all,
how long do you want this to take?
I'm not trying to have a horse zombie ghost come after me in my sleep in the car.
do you think that they're like vindictive?
I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't
We
even know
need
where we
to
are.
keep moving. Ben is rolling dice.
Oh no!
Those are
No!
just 3.
What is it then?
The omnipresent voice. Is
Okay, we
Nice.
ditch the bodies. We say a prayer. We have Elina say a nice prayer. We're all silent for a minute. We take
Yeah,
a
can you perform a ceremony?
Okay, Elina, and go.
Yeah, you've performed ceremonies before. I think we
Just
need to
gonna, like,
move.
Hold
wave
hands.
my hands and say some words and we'll speak in undercommon. I don't know if anybody else can speak that.
Elina, just a charlatan?
I don't know these people and I want to get out of here.
All right. Hayes, mass grave. Throw the bodies in there.
Great.
Book it.
Great. You guys, I am gonna need probably from Nyx a check of some sort to adjust the harnesses to actually work with Hayes. Let's say a Tinker's Tools check.
You just hold it in his mouths.
Yeah, I have. Okay. Oh. Okay. I don't have expertise in Tinker's tools. So that's a 25.
God, I thought you were gonna. I thought you were like trying to get that expertise because it was not going to be a good number.
Nah.
Easily enough, you're able to rework the harnesses, get it around Hayes. The cart starts moving. The wheel has a little bit of a bump in it. It did face some damage, but you think the cart will hold together. As you all start proceeding down the lane again, you see sort of coming out of the trees, a horde of zombies.
Oh.
How fast are they going?
Not super fast. You could probably outrun them if you just go.
Yeah. I mean, Hayes sprinting is 100 feet
Yeah.
if he dashes. So
Yeah. He's going to be slowed down by the cart. He's going to have cart and all of you. But that being said, zombies not known for being particularly fast. So easily enough, you're able to outpace them. As you glance back behind you, you can see that some of the zombies have already started to like dig into the ground where you buried the bodies.
Ah. So
Hmm.
much for that. Jesus Christ.
But you're able to outpace them. So no worries. You successfully avoided a combat encounter.
How many is a horde in this world?
This is a small horde. I'd say, I don't know, 15 zombies probably.
15.
Okay.
Isn't it like, 2's a couple, 3's a crowd, 4 is a horde, right?
Yeah, I've heard that before.
5 is a party.
Yeah.
After a couple more hours of travel down Watcher's Road, you eventually come around a bend and you see the city of Lekar on the horizon. It is nestled between a pair of lakes on either side of it, and this is a great walled city. You see these tall, thick walls surrounding this city. You can see sort of in the distance a bridge, and you see more of a walled city on the other side of the bridge. You see, even as you approach, you see at the tops of the walls, you see soldiers moving back and forth, siege weapons on towers pointing outward. As you approach the city, you can already smell it. The smell of too many people packed into too small a space.
Brings me back
Smell
to
of
my
refuse and sewage. Also, as you approach, you see the tops of the walls are lined with spikes, and on a few of the spikes are mounted heads.
welcoming.
As you approach the gates of this city, which are shut, someone spots you and calls down from the top. All right, hold it right there.
Hi.
Who are you? What brings you to Lekar?
We are travelers. We bring grain, and we seek passage and asylum, possibly.
Grain. You have what? Where's your grain coming from?
That way.
Oh
There
yes,
there were several soldiers on the road that met an unfortunate end. We felt an obligation to try and help because we didn't want it to go to waste.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuade, boy.
Did not know.
It's so bad. 22.
22. The man at the top of the wall considers for a second and says, well, it is unfortunate, but well, we have too many mouths to feed anyway. Thank you for finishing the delivery. I suppose we'll let you in.
Thank you.
Few moments pass, he disappears, and then the doors open and start getting pulled inward. As you sort of go inside the gate, again, you're struck by how thick these walls are. A second set of gate doors are waiting inside, as the first set is shut behind you, and you see like a group of 4 people on each door to shut it, and then they throw heavy timbers back across it. And then the inner doors open up, and you are let into a busy courtyard of some kind, entry courtyard. You see soldiers are moving about quickly up and down the stairs to the top of the wall. You see huddled masses all around you, dressed in what hardly passes as rags, who are like talking amongst themselves or to each other, and they all like glance at you as you are sort of brought inside. You see nearby, there's a soldier who is handing spears to these poor villagers, as along with orders of some kind. All right, Lake District, Slum District, on and on and on as they pass out these spears. You see also a little further away, you see a place with a sign above it that just says rations, and it is shuttered and closed. as you enter, the guy from the top of the wall that was talking to you before has come down. He says, "All right, let me take a look." He pops open some of the crates, sees the grain. As soon as he does, a bunch of the citizens start like glancing over, and so other soldiers nearby draw their weapons, and they're like, stay back, you'll get your rations when you get your rations." Things seem tense. Soldiers start unloading the crates, and the soldier that greeted you all takes off his helmet, holds it under his arm. He's got the same like red talon symbol on him. He's pale-skinned. He's got a thick scar running like down the left side of his face, and his hair is like buzzed, like really short. Well, welcome to the city of Lakar. If you have survived the trips across the realm, I imagine you are good fighters, yes?
Yeah.
Well, that is good. The general will want to speak with you.
Good.
We've got, not long. That's for sure.
Not long. Are you preparing for an attack?
4 days. 4 days is the new moon. And with the new moon, come the undead.
It's like it's linked with the moons. Plural? Singular?
Every new moon, every new moon, the undead come for us. And it is only the general's iron will that keeps them at bay. Anyway, thank you for the grain. Your dog is strange.
Thank you.
Yes. Could we unharness your dog, or will it bite our hands off?
No, but we can do that ourselves.
Very well.
Bowmin just goes to
Uncouple. Okay, great.
There are no Aarakocra just hanging out in the crowd.
No, mostly humans.
Hmm.
You see the occasional non-human, an orc here or there. You see one dwarf, but no Aarakocra.
out of the soldiers that are in the immediate area, can I deduce if anybody is looking a little bit rough, like damage taken, maybe a little bit sick or diseased?
They all look not good.
Even the guy we just talked to?
Even the guy you're talking to. They all seem, they've got hollowed out cheeks, clearly not getting enough food. Sort of all of them have a little bit of like a pallor about them, as if they're not getting enough sleep. Some of them are coughing, like they might be sick or might have been sick. And honestly, the soldiers look like they're in good shape compared to the citizenry you see around you, who are emaciated, dirty, clearly struggling. This is not a good place to be.
Can I get the attention of that guy who let us in?
Yes, I'm sorry. Once we unload the cart, should take you to meet with the general. She'll want to greet you and thank you and give you your assignments for the siege.
I fully understand. I actually just wanted to talk to you. I didn't get your name.
Ivan.
Ivan. Oh, nice. Bowmin, myself. I wanted to see if you could give me some information about one in particular person that you may know.
Feel free to ask, yes.
And Bowman's just gonna pull out some of his daily rations and just kind of stealthily hand it to him with a little bit of persuasion, just like, I am looking for an Aarakocra, a red falcon Aarakocra.
I see. Well, thank you. First. Oh, you must be looking then for Decil on the
Yes.
Falkovnia in the city.
Oh, well, that's convenient.
Well, you are a friend?
Yes.
Mm.
Some would say. Acquaintance, really.
Well, perhaps we should get you to the general quickly.
I don't like that. You need to tell me why.
Make a persuasion check.
I would love that.
I just realized that with this last level up, my persuasion is +10 now,
Nice.
and that's a 29.
Decil was in charge of a unit sent to Orphenzi about a week ago. The general there's a research laboratory hidden in that village. Decil was ordered to lead a team there. I don't know all the details. Does not sound like it went well. Decil has been locked in the stocks for the last few days after returning empty-handed, and the general will be doling out punishment soon. So if you want to see your friends, we should probably hurry.
Yeah. Have you ever ridden a three-headed dog before?
I am going to just tell you, streets are going to be busy enough that probably riding your dog, not a good idea. We can get to the keep relatively quick. Just follow me. I can get us there. He starts leading you all, and he actually brings you up to the top of the wall. And you start walking along the top of the wall, and as you're doing it, you see that there are like walls dividing all the districts of the city. So there are interior walls as well as these thick exterior walls. The city itself, now that you're up on the wall, none of the buildings are taller than the walls, except for this sort of central structure in the middle of the city, which appears to be a keep of some sort. All the buildings are ramshackle, crammed together. Even the widest streets are barely more than an alley. There's the occasional small square with like an old well in it, but very clearly a very cramped living conditions. Ivan guides you along this sort of maze of walls towards the keep at the center, which has its own like gates at the top of the wall, as well as its own gates down below in the city. As you approach the gate, Ivan just sort of nods at the two soldiers guarding it, who open it up, and you all are able to enter the keep at the center of the city. The keep itself, you see as you approach, the sort of ward around the keep appears to be in slightly better condition than the houses in the rest of the city as you pass by. Still not good, but slightly better condition. As you sort of enter the keep, you see that the keep was, you know, at one point, probably little more than like a nice town hall. But it's had many fortifications built on top of it, its own walls constructed, its own turrets and siege weaponry laid out. You enter this sort of courtyard area with like tents set up. You see a lot of people running around. Blacksmith sort of hammers away at some weapons and armor, trying to get stuff in working order for a few days from now. And also, as you look over, you see Bowmin immediately recognize a red-tailed hawk looking Aarakocra on their knees in front of a pretty harsh looking woman. She's got sort of a chainmail cowl over the top of her head. She's got scars all across her face, thick armor with like red accents, and she's got sort of red gauntlets in particular on with sort of black studs on them. As she's got an axe at her side as well.
Shit, just in time.
And she is saying something to the effect of, I had such high hopes for you, Decil. I mean, you arrived here and you were an excellent soldier and you turned the tides and became a true born of Falkovnia, but just been failing me more and more lately, and I hope you understand the difficult position you've put me in. Can't have failures at this stage. The hordes are coming in days. And I don't have my weapon. And Decil says, "Hey, General, I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. I tried there were more zombies in town than we were expecting. Couldn't get to the lab. I have heard your excuses, Decil. And as you're looking, Bowmin, you see that like Decil is clearly like injured, like his arm is bandaged, probably broken. Like he's not looking good right.
I'm just gonna put a hand on Bowman's shoulder. Just gently, just as a reminder.
Quietly, I'm going to whisper to Artemis.
If Decil was hurt by this woman, I'm going to kill her.
What? Hold on, say it again.
If Decil was hurt by this woman, I'm going to kill her.
He shouts that in the group.
Yeah.
Ivan sort of steps forward as the general is berating Decil. She looks up. Ivan, please tell me there's a good reason you've abandoned your post. Ivan visibly gulps and says, General, I apologize. These travelers here, they recovered a shipment of grain that was being brought into the city by the Talons. The Talons did not survive, but they made sure that the grain got here. They seem capable and could prove helpful, and he glances down at Decil. And I believe that they know Decil. Decil sort of looks over, confused, until his eyes find you, Bowmin. And they say, Zamark, is that you? What are you? What?
Who?
The general glares at him. Are you quite done with this outburst? Gulps. The general turns towards all of you. Welcome to the city of Lakar, the last bastion of civilization here in Falkovnia. I am General Vladeska Drakov.
Wow.
Come again?
You can just call me General.
Got it. That works.
Does the general How does the general look? Is she hurt? Does she look hungry? What's the vibe?
Yeah.
How's she fared?
Her cheeks look less hollowed out than her soldiers, but still hollowed out. She is clearly built, a very muscular woman. Her face is covered in a cobweb of scars, so it's clear that she fights. Like she isn't
Okay.
the type of general who just sits in a tent.
That's what I was wondering.
Well,
I'll kind of look to Bowmin, give him a chance to say something. Otherwise,
Yes, I am friends with Decil here. Old friends. And I see that they are in trouble. Is there something wrong? And if so, is there something I can fix?
Yeah, you mentioned a lab.
You also mentioned a weapon.
What kind of lab?
well,
We're pretty good.
We're more than good.
how much are you willing to do for your friend?
Everything. I can't speak for my companions, but I can only speak for myself. Also, are they hurt? Have they had aid?
Yes, as you can see, his arm is bandaged.
May I proceed to help heal them?
Let's discuss what you can do for me before I let you help your friend. Yes. You say your friend is important to you. I say the survival of the people in this city is the thing that is most important. And sometimes sacrifices have to be made in order to ensure the city continues to stand. Your friend here has failed me one too many times. I want them out of my sight. Now, typically, the way I handle failures or deserters or traitors are, well, and she gestures to the spikes.
ah,
Oh,
Good for morale, I'm sure.
Well, perhaps I can instead settle for banishment of your friend here if you all retrieve for me my weapon.
where is it?
What is it?
Who is it?
thank you.
When is it? How is it?
How can we
In-
assure his safety while we go get it?
Can he come with us?
I
Actually, answer the first two questions for us.
What was your
Well,
childhood like?
I was born at a very young age.
in the ruins of the village of Morfenzi, there is a hidden laboratory underneath.
What kind of laboratory?
An arcane laboratory.
Like, okay, cool.
Underneath the ruins of the village, my chief arcanist, Bjorn Horstman, has
Oh my
his laboratory.
Bjorn.
Bjorn has been working constantly on new weapons that can allow us to continue in this never-ending war against the undead. Bjorn had not arrived with the delivery, so I sent your friend out to check up on him, and your friend lost their entire unit and also failed to come back with Bjorn and my weapon. So he's got a lot to answer.
Where is it again? I'm like,
Oh, Morenzi's so far away.
So
He was
instead of
just
going
there.
north to Stalingrad, Sagangrad,
Stangengrad.
all the way
Stalingrad,
down.
it's south. So you gotta go back the way we came and go south.
The
Oh.
weapon is an arcane device that Bjorn has promised me will help ensure the next attack is repelled successfully.
Is Bjorn still alive?
I do not know. That's why I sent Decil and their unit down to check.
So you're punishing Diesel because they came back alive?
I'm punishing Decil because they failed
To bring back the party.
to bring back anything. No news, no weapon, nothing.
Okay.
I don't know if you've known this, but there are zombies out there. So
Oh no, I thought it was a lovely stroll out in the countryside.
Oh no, there's zombies.
yeah, that actually explains a lie that you didn't know about.
If I may, General, I will step forward, pop out my chest.
His shoes are like a little bit more sparkly than usual. A little
Yeah.
prestidigitation.
Standing ever so slightly taller. It seems there's an opportunity here for us all to benefit. You want this man out of your sight? We want him alive. He failed you. Great. He's also, I'm willing to bet, a very capable warrior. And if the Horde is going to attack in 4 days, don't you want one more capable warrior to have a chance to prove themselves one last time? And on top of that, you have 6 very attractive, except for Mr. Bowmin, people here that are equally capable. We repelled a dragon. We have killed a dragon, though.
And we fought zombies before.
We are, and I don't say this lightly, fucking incredible. You want us on your side. I think it's so easy. I see an arrangement already. Do you?
Make a persuasion check.
$29.
I see that at least one of you has some amount of sense. Yes, this is where I was going.
I messaged Penny. I felt that eye roll.
Go to Morfenzi, retrieve my weapon, and Bjorn, if he's alive, bring it back here before the Horde attacks in, as you so eloquently put it, 4 days' time.
I
Help
believe.
help repel the Horde, and then you can take your friend and get him out of my sight.
That's like a lot of things that you're giving us.
Well, here's the good news. No one is able to leave the domain until the days after a zombie attack. The borders of Falkovnia are always closed except for the week following the new moon. So you couldn't leave now even if you wanted.
How did we get here?
Oh, you can enter. You just can't leave.
We
I do-
died. We need somebody that knows the trails, somebody that's probably been there before. I know you don't want to leave Decil on your site, but
Make a persuasion check.
okay.
Love having +10 because when I get a nat 20, it's a 30.
So you got an at 20?
I got that 20.
All right. Great. Fine. Take your friend with you. I'm sure they will be a great assistance on your journey.
Thank you.
What exactly are you doing?
Preparing for the siege.
What do you have to prepare?
I've got to arm the general population, give them their orders, fix the walls, as she points out over to the north side of the city, where you can see the walls currently have a bunch of like scaffolding around them. Secure the sewers to make sure no zombies try to get it that way. Fortify the riverbanks. Get all of the munitions in order for the siege weapons. There's a lot to do before a siege.
Okay.
Never
Damn, yeah, that
been
is a lot.
here during a zombie attack. So let me just tell you, when the city is surrounded by countless thousands of undead, you want to make sure that the city is prepared for that.
Thousands.
Yeah, damn, my bad. Go, you got it.
Every new moon, thousands, countless thousands, tens of thousands, possibly. I don't know. I've never counted.
You should take it.
Surround the city.
When did this
What-
start? Because
Yeah,
this
what-
building looks like it used to be a fairly nice place and it's not in complete disrepair.
It's been this way ever since I've been in this domain.
Your whole life.
Not my whole life. Ever since I've been here, however.
Which was like 10 years ago, 100 years ago.
It's hard to keep track. Let's see.
How many birthdays?
Oh, I don't keep track of that. I keep track of the moves.
Okay.
And it's been probably about 300 new moves.
So that's like 300 months.
Yes, give or take.
So you're surrounded by thousands of zombies every 30 days. Roughly.
Roughly, yes.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, we
I-
will take our friend.
yes. Please do. Get the souk out of my sight.
Okay,
Good
Jesus.
luck.
Bowman's gonna walk up to what's her name again? I forgot.
General.
The general.
General.
Vladeska Drakov.
Yeah, the general.
Save some time.
Oh my god.
Bowman's gonna walk up and hand her a. It looks like it's a wrapped up piece of cloth, and Bowman's gonna say, "For your generous helping us and for taking care of my friend for so long, I give you one of these. They're might be helpful for something." And it's a stick of dynamite. It's not lit.
Okay.
That is an important specification.
Yeah,
for
that's so true.
Well,
Die.
you have my thanks.
Um,
Good luck. If you don't come back, then I'll assume you're dead. And the city may die too. So, no pressure.
yeah, good luck.
We're good under pressure.
She walks away. And Ivan looks at all of you and says, I think that went pretty well, all things considered. I need to
I like him.
I need to get
I like
back to
Yeah.
my post. I'm sure I'll see you when you're leaving, as you'll have to go out that way anyway.
Hey, Ivan,
Yeah.
don't die.
I will do my best.
Okay, great.
Is Decil still in chains?
Decil, a couple of guards came over and have unlocked the manacles. And Decil sort of gets up shakily and looks at you, Bowman, and just like hugs you tight. And
As we're hugging, I'm gonna do lay on hands.
okay, great. Yeah, you're able to heal heal their broken bones. And Decil holds you at arm's length and says, "You got old! It's only been 2-3 years."
Oh, fuck.
And that's where we'll leave tonight's episode.
How long?
Thank you all for playing. Thank you all for watching. And we'll see you next time. Have a good night.